welcome to. I don't know, I did rename. If you notice, we did Cranky Old Man Chat now. I got rid of the comic book stuff.
Oh, that's good because
I don't know. I don't.
I got no Chad. Rob, good. Enjoy your dinner. What is for dinner? If you're still around, if you just popped in, it's all good. You know.
Oh, Rob, you're always busy. It's okay. We're used to it by now. You're the only one watching anyway.
It is 6 o'clock there now. So
that's true. Yeah, we're a little early. God, this background thing sucks. Okay, let's get rid of that. Virtual background.
No.
Hang on.
Mine tries to follow me around. It's got the stage.
What kind of camera is that?
It's the webcam. It's just a built-in one.
Oh, okay.
On the new MacBook Air. I ended up having to get a MacBook Air because like my last one died on me, and I needed. I can't apply for jobs. Can't do anything without a laptop. So you know.
Yeah. Have you heard from anybody?
Interviews, but nothing solid.
Yeah, nothing here either. Same old shit.
I heard I will not be the executive assistant to the mayor of Tooele or whatever. I got rejected on that one.
Oh, darn. Yeah, I applied for a Culver City job and got rejected without a problem. And I don't know what the hell's going on with the hurricane one down there, but they're just like, on the website it says you've applied, and that's it. It went on the 22nd is when they closed it, and usually they tell me no thank you, but I've gotten nothing from them yet. That'd be the optimal, would be to move back down south and go for it,
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm going to take wife went on a high yesterday and spent $200 and now is on a low, so I'm going to head down, taking Friday off. My work is going to hate me because I'm taking time off for my surgery, a day here, a day there. So, I've been gone 6 months. I got to put a little more time into down there, so I'm taking Friday off, and I'm going to head down Thursday night, surprise her. Because then the following week, I've got a 4-day weekend because I did my surgery on Friday, and then Monday's a holiday. It's Juneteenth, even though they're celebrating it on the 16th instead of the 19th.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, no, Rob's cooking something, man. I haven't had a good dinner in a while. Well, I can't say I haven't. Wife was up last week, and we hit a few places. Nothing much. Burgers and Indian food, which I don't eat very often. It's okay.
I do like a good mulligatawny stew and some good curry, but
I am not a curry eater. There's a chain throughout Salt Lake, Mumbai House, and there's one in Tooele. And it's funny because you've got there's nothing flashy in this entire fucking town, but Mumbai House painted the whole thing white. It's a strip mall, but pretty big. But it bulks out, painted white, and then they put lights up and down that shine. So it's the only big thing. What's up, Brian?
What's up, Brian? How you doing, buddy?
I think I'll have a second. I don't know. One guy is thinking about buying a mystery box. I've not heard from my normal guy. I don't think he's buying right now. He even say normally he tells me he just can't. I don't know. Whatever. He must not have liked his last boxes. But I sold one mystery box.
Money. It's a tough time for everybody, Eddie.
Oh, I know. If it sells, it sells. I'm okay with just selling one. So DJ. Go ahead.
Tomorrow night, I will be on Sector 2816's YouTube channel doing Guess That Key.
Really?
Yes.
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. You spot. Anyways, Have you watched the show ever? It's fun.
No, I
have to bring a key comic book that's a key and key collector, and then the other people on the panel. There's gonna be 4 of them total. Have to guess what it is. Oh, they can ask yes or no questions to get to it, but like the sort of goal is to stump them a bit and
Gotcha.
And then so they each have one. There's a bunch of free books being given away, so you can show up and watch. So
send me the link. I'm not doing anything tomorrow.
Just look up Guess That Key Comics on YouTube. It'll be there.
I don't ever. Okay, let's go on YouTube and do it then. Park and Rec's actor, but what's everyone dying lately?
Well, that guy gets shot, the Parks and Rec guy. So,
is that the same guy who played the voice on what do you call it?
The King of the Hill. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
John Redcorn.
Guess the keys.
Guess that key, and then put comics in there just to see if it'll.
Guess that key.
Yeah, it should show up.
I know it probably will, but no, I have not done. Yeah, actually, I guess not. No, it's not showing up. That's weird.
Well,
what's the?
I don't have the actual link to it because it hasn't happened yet, and it's a live thing. So
GUSS That Key Comics. I thought it would show up too. Really, I thought it would. Ends up getting a key. Guess the Key Comic Shorts, Comic Collector, and I don't fucking know.
I'm not logged into. Well, I'll give it to you in private chat.
I know it's okay. Just tell me later. I was just telling you I couldn't find it.
It's on this guy's channel. You can post a link in the regular chat, but I'm not on YouTube, and I'm not. So.
I was gonna say, what do you call it? But okay. Let me get on. Oh, I'm already subscribed to it. That's funny. Oh, Sector 2815. Yeah, I'm subscribed to him. Okay, I'll just have to remind myself to watch it tomorrow, or send me a note. But yeah, not much going on really. Mystery boxes are ready to go. 4 left. 140 shipped. Each box is. They started at one. I'm basically going one. You know, it's like they're at least 140 each, and I know there's not as many. It's getting harder and harder to find keys to put in mystery boxes. And in friggin' Silver Age, dude. I am really. I don't know. But yeah, let me know when's the convention? When is your
June 20th?
Okay, I got some time. Hopefully, I'll have another. I got money now, and I'll get you paid for if you find.
Well, if I find one, I'll message you and let you know.
Yeah, just let me know. I'm not that worried about it too much. I'm selling a few cards here and there, and really haven't put anything for sale lately. On I don't know. It's not. I come home, I relax, I take a hot bath to calm my stent, and then I lay down and fall asleep. It's like calming the little piece of plastic that's inside of you. So,
you still being funny?
Where's Miss So? What the heck? We need.
I don't know, man. You can't get everybody every week, anyways.
Oh, I know, not too bad. But yeah, really, I have not. I can't walk. My morning runs to Walmart is about almost 2. Just walking around Walmart once is almost too much for me. So I can't. That's what aggravates this whole feeling.
Gotcha.
It's really weird.
You're gonna have to get a Rascal or one of those adult scooters.
Well, when you sit, it numbs the body. You know, the butt numbs everything. So I don't feel like I have to pee every 2 seconds. So it's always a great thing. Yes, we're talking about old shit again. Now let me think. What else? Not much happening really. It's been quite a boring weekend. Wife came up last Friday. We went out to dinner. She had to bring me. I was supposed to be taking a sleep study this week. And I called them. I said, they want me shipped out by Wednesday. And I went, lady, I have a medical condition that doesn't let me sleep very well as it is now because of this stupid stent. So I'm not taking the sleep studies until after I get it taken out. Oh, send us back our stuff. So I had to ship them back their shit and wait till after I get everything pulled out of me. Well, yeah, that's about it. So jobs are shit right now.
Still jobless, so.
It does suck. I tried.
I'm trying. I send out applications every day. So
I was hoping the Twill one would work. I should have gone up and told Shiloh about you.
It's all good. It would take a lot to get me to move out there, you know. Like
yeah, there's no reason.
And then
I wouldn't either. Don't worry about it.
It's not. I mean, it has nothing to do with. It's just moving anywhere. I'd have to have enough money, you know. Like that's the.
I found it interesting coming here. It wasn't that bad, at least, because I just called the chief of police, chief of fire chief, the guy who owns these apartments, and I went, I'm now month to month. I'm not leaving for 2 years because we've decided to not worth moving up here permanently. The housing market, unless the housing market takes a shit and we're able to do it, you know. Did I mention I told you my mother was in the hospital and all that. So yeah. My sister's arguing with me, trying to get her to move up with her and shit, and that's becoming a nightmare in its own thing.
Is your mom doing okay? Or
yeah, she had a pretty bad brain bleed, and it healed up in a day or two, I guess. And she's been on anti seizure medication. She's been a little loopy for a few days. My sister's been down there, and she's leaving this week after she gets off her meds. But my sister's like arguing with me, and I'm kind of like, "What do you want me?" I told her she just needs to pack some shit, go live with you for a little while, sell the condo down in SoCal, and fucking then find an apartment up by my sister where she wants to be. So, and my mom doesn't want to do it for a year now. But my sister's first words to me were, "You can't come down here, can you?" I said, "I started a job 6 months ago. How much PTO do you think I have saved up?"
Yeah.
So, plus it would cost $600 for a flight. I'm not driving 12 hours. It's just not going to happen. And then Ubers to my mom's house, Ubers to the airport. So let's just charge my credit cards up to where I can't afford them. So it ain't going to happen. But what else is doing? Anything with comics besides Florida? Man, I'm tired. Whew.
No, I mean, I haven't done anything comic-wise. Like, I haven't bought anything. I haven't done it because, saving to,
Saving to go
comic guys, but like also just trying to save money. So
yeah, I believe it.
While I'm job hunting and stuff, it doesn't make sense to be spending.
Yeah, the other apartment you still paying for a while or no?
I'm out of the other apartment finally. I'm off that lease and everything, so that's good. But
nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, so I'm here now. I don't have anywhere else to go, and which limits my job options a bit. It's either gonna be remote or around here for now, and because I can't afford to move anywhere. That's the thing. It's like even if I got the other job, I'd be hard pressed to come up with the money to make the move. But I'll figure it out. So
I did pretty good at this one. I mean, surprisingly, I didn't think it was that bad. I just loaded up my car with a bunch of crap, and I had to pay $600 down.
I mean, there are options. I could do like Chicago because I got a place down. I could probably live down there fairly cheap, and then just pack up a mattress and a folding chair. Kind of what you did, just like a double bag of clothes and then a couple other things. So, but
I slowly moved more shit in here. Next time I'm bringing a real TV, so that's my next thing. My wife brought me a fan. She brought me a fan and a bunch of shit in the mail that I had. So. Yeah, I got nothing today, really. I've been addicted to playing XCOM 2 again, and I'm playing. It's a 10-year-old game.
Never played it. Shooters are not my bag.
It's not a shooter. It's a turn-based squad action.
Gotcha.
Above level. But problem is you start off with a grunt, and after they go one mission, they then specialize, and one of 4 specializations. But once they get hurt. So you start off with 4 guys, and once one gets say he's got 5 hit points, he takes two. He's out of combat for 5 days, and it's almost real. You got to sit there. Time goes by slow, so you got to get another recruit in there. And once your main team gets a major hit, you lose 2 or 3 main characters. You're like, fuck, building a new one up it's not fun. Yeah, I'm not more tired. Yeah, more tired than Cranky tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Brian. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that drawn for you. I apologize. I'm sorry I said I would. I just I don't have the inspiration, and I don't have any of my real art shit out, and I don't want to make a digital piece that's going to look like shit. So
the cook is here. Walter White is here.
Hi, buddy.
What are we cooking tonight? Blue sauce.
We got 2 chickens spatchcocked out on the smoker cooking over oak.
Nice.
What
do you do for a rub on them, or are you just?
I actually for chicken there's a grilled chicken seasoning that I pick up from First Street. I pick up at Smart and Final that I absolutely love. I use it on turkeys and on and chickens.
All right.
I don't have to make my own. If you find one that you like.
What's the flavor profile on it?
It's little garlic and herb.
Nice.
So I mean I really enjoy it. A little touch of pepper.
I could say,
nice.
My favorite easy meal now that feeding myself is kind of weird. Normally I'm feeding 3 people, and now I buy a pre-made chicken wrapped in bacon from Walmart, pop it in the air fryer for 8 minutes, and there you go. Dip it in barbecue sauce.
Jesus Christ.
That and some cauliflower, and I'm done with my lunch or my dinner. So.
I mean,
you know what? I get it. If I was cooking for just myself, sometimes I think, I wouldn't cook 2 chickens. Obviously, maybe 1 at the beginning of the week, and that's going to be my food one night and some lunch during the week. But there's a lot of even at the grocery store here, there's a lot of pre-done variety of meals that are healthy, that aren't unreasonable. Especially since most food is portioned for multiple people, and by yourself, you end up tossing too much food otherwise, or forcing yourself to eat. So I think that, it's not ridiculous from that aspect. If you can get a completely, healthy meal for $5 and all you got to do is heat it up.
Yeah.
I don't know
why
about
not?
bacon wrapped Walmart chicken though.
Well, that
So,
yeah, no, I agree with that, but I'm not using
Yeah.
that as the benchmark.
Sure.
I'm using
Well,
the I've seen at the supermarket here is, you know, stuff like chicken Alfredo with some broccoli or you know, there's some, of course, obviously the rotisserie chicken and stuff, but I mean there's a lot of other, there's lasagna, there's all kinds of other different foods and pork chops and you know,
for two good meals, they actually have pre-marinated teriyaki chicken at Walmart. Yes, I know. Over in the refrigerated section, over by the deli, and it comes for $5. You get 3 fairly large thighs. So I take one, cut it in half. Air fryer for 8 minutes. Then I take some cauliflower rice, put it in a pan with a little bit of butter, and that's my dinner. I'm trying to avoid rice, and the bad part is the friggin' butter I use.
I'll tell you, to be honest,
butter's not that bad for you. But
one of the best values probably out there. I mean, aside from, I mean, obviously you have to have a membership to Costco.
Yeah,
Costco rotisserie chicken obviously is a great value from that aspect. But even not, they have pulled rotisserie chickens that are completely cryo packed.
Oh yeah.
So where they've it's all completely deboned. It's just the meat from the chicken.
I've gotten that in the past. I really love that. The wife,
you break that down and
Yeah,
you break that down. You can use it for a lot of different meals and stuff. Really easy. Cut down on your prep time because you don't have to cook the chicken.
And if you're okay eating a couple of the same meals in a row, their prepared dinners are pretty good too. Like they can get.
Yeah.
But
we got a Costco about 40 minutes away, and I usually end up going. And I like
the grocery stores near me have a real shitty deli and really crappy prepared food section. Sadly, I'm used to like the Madison where you can like more of a Signals environment where you could go get like pre-portioned stuff or like decent stuff.
Chicken salad is good.
But now here the delis are kind of stuck in like the 1980s. It seems like.
Well, Walmart, surprisingly, I was surprised finding these at the pre-made off to the right in the food section. They've got. My wife actually loves like the big sub sandwiches. She likes the hot with the hot peppers and everything. She can even do those. I can't do those.
There's a butcher shop. I mean, a legit butcher shop down around just about 2 miles from me. And they've got actually some pre-made stuff too. It's at those small portions and stuff.
I was say, did you ever go to Dixie Meats or in St. George? Did you ever go by Dixie?
No, when I was in St. George, I was only eating from restaurants because I was never had facilities to cook. And
what do you call it?
And you know me, I was spent 9 out of my 10 meals over at the Cracker Barrel. And maybe then eventually I began to appreciate Culver's burgers and would have some burgers every once in a while with the one night. Then there was always one night I'd be in town that I'd go to the steak and chop shop.
Nice. We went there for our anniversary last year because we not this year's anniversary, one before we went because you were talking about it. But yeah, in Grantsville, about 15 minutes away, there's a probably more authentic butcher shop than you find anywhere because it's basically farmland. They just get it all, cut it all, and you go and it's picked up by the pound. It is the most. You walk into this place, it's just a wood old building that has a huge building behind it. I want a pound of this, a pound of that. Half of it they do freeze, a lot of it, but still, you can get a lot of it.
This guy was nuts. This guy, I found him by accident because I used to drive up to about 20 miles away to get to this German butcher called Dittmer's. But I found this guy by accident. He's kind of like in a little strip mall between like a Domino's Pizza and a Mountain Mike Pizza and a whatever. And I've walked in there and it's a halal butcher, so they don't have pork. But they got beef and chicken and lamb. I don't know why
Grantsville would have to freeze this stuff. That's what I didn't get.
I started talking to the guy. The guy was like super. We connected like instantly. He's like, "Oh, come on in." He like takes me behind the counter and he's giving me a tour of his shop. And while I walk into the walk-in, he's got like half sheep stacked up and all this stuff. It's just like, whatever you want, I just cut it the way you want it. You just tell me, man, I'll take care. It's just like all this stuff. I was like, it was great. He had some great seasonings and rubs that he had there. And I was like, okay, cool. I like this guy, man. He's expensive, but most standalone true butcher shops are these days. They're premium meats.
Grantsville is not cheap either.
Yeah, so it's not stuff that you're going to so I'm not picking up 7 days a week meat there, but I will pick up special meals where I want quality of premium cut of meat. I'll go buy there. Or if I want something I can't get at the grocery store, like when I wanted the dino bones, the big, giant whole short rib stuff. I can't get those at Safeway. So, but I can go to the butcher shop and he's got them. No big deal.
Yeah, we've got a couple good butchers around here, thankfully. And like one of them does like have their own deli thing where they'll make like their own custom pizzas, which which with funky take and bake toppings and stuff. And then, where I can go and get like my 1.5-inch thick pork chops and stuff. And, that are decent.
I like when you go in and you go, can I get some ribeyes? You go, yeah. How thick do you want them?
Exactly. That's they cut them in order, and that's
There's a piece of meat there with a sign that says ribeyes cut to order.
Exactly.
And it says you have to order 2 at a time. You can only order them in pairs because he's not going to leave.
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh, damn it! I need to get a ribeye soon. It's been
anybody near you guys ever have an H Mart? Have you ever heard of H Mart? A new one.
Army of Darkness.
Smart.
New one just opened in Vegas.
Smart, yeah.
Oh, that's smart,
yeah. But it started back east. Korean grocery store. Korean grocery store, and they've grown to over 100 locations. The one in Vegas.
I don't go to Korean grocery stores, not because I have anything against them, but because it's not the type of food I cook.
Well, if you cook,
my youngest goes.
They have the most. There's one in Salt Lake now that opened up, so I go there once in a while. I see the wife there, and they have freshly prepared food on one side, but they've got like the most fresh, like crab and seafood and all that kind of stuff. For Salt Lake, you never find live stuff, and it's huge. But they also have a bunch of different meats, including a lot of. They don't have Japanese A5 Wagyu, but I kind of splurged at my birthday and got, I think it was $63 a pound. So I got like a half a pound of this. It was thin. It's really thin, but I only got and it's so marbleized. It's disgusting, but I don't know how to cook it. I've not.
Those are meant to be cooked like in a really hot frying pan in oil.
Yeah, very quick, right? Stuff. Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah,
I tried one way and it didn't quite work, and I froze the rest of it. I'm like,
I've not had. It's like I've had some good Wagyu, but at the same time, I've had bad experiences with it for some of the stuff that I do. So I don't order it. Like when we used to do barbecue competitions, I ordered it one time because everybody's talking about, you got to get the Wagyu for the competitions, blah blah blah.
I'm going to try it.
And you know what? The problem for a brisket, it's not bad, but at the end of the day, if you can get a lot of times you can get a really good prime grade that's heavily marbled. That after you smoke it and cook it for 14 freaking hours,
you're never going to notice it.
Yeah. I don't know if you do it right. I don't know that you're going to notice a big difference. But we noticed a huge problem with the Wagyu when we were doing the tri-tips at the tri-tip cooking, and the problem is that because the cut of meat was smaller and you didn't cook it to 190 degrees, the fat never rendered. And and there's so much fat in that meat that what ends up happening is while it's warm and hot, it's not bad because you can bite through it and stuff. But once it starts to cool, that fat hardens. And then all of a sudden it becomes like freaking chewing on taffy trying to eat it, and your scores just get hammered. So after the first time trying it, I said, forget it. I'm never ordering. We're not wasting my money on that for a tri-tip cook-off.
Yeah, I just wanted to try it for fun, and I went.
Yeah, no. I mean,
I'm just trying to figure out how to cook before I defrost what I froze. I don't want to ruin it because however I did it, I think I did it a little too slow, and it turned really tight. It didn't. It was really kind of odd. It's not Japanese. It's American, but it looks like
they do. Well, they do an American Wagyu, which is a crossbreed between the Angus beef or Texas Longhorn and a Wagyu.
I'm just amazed it looks so much like the A5, even though it's not. It has. I bought at other places where it says American Wagyu, and it looks like it's a little over marbled. It doesn't have the whole spider web and the small thin pieces like you see. And I just wanted to, that's all. I'm just tempted to take it down with my wife on Friday and then make dinner on Saturday or something. Just to try it.
I've tried Wagyu, but it's not my favorite. I'd rather have a little bit more toothsome meats and a a little bit like.
My problem is I'm getting so old now. All
give
of
me
it
a nice
goes up into your mouth.
Give me a nice 30 or 45 day dry aged New York steak or something. That's fat.
Not New York. I'd rather have my brain can't. Yeah, it's not thinking.
Well, when it comes to certain cuts, depending what you're doing with it, and different things. Like so, like don't get me wrong, I love a ribeye. A ribeye is a great steak.
I think ribeyes are what I like.
I love it, but when it comes to a dry aged, a long term dry age where I'm getting a really intense beef flavor, that I find that the New York strip has the better flavor overall for that than the ribeye will. So
I
I'll
think
take
that, yeah, I don't think the fat
New York.
I don't think the fat cap on the ribeye ages quite as well.
Yeah. So I'll take that. The bone in New York strip, dry age 30, 45 days. That's some good little chimichurri sauce on the side. There you go.
I just end up, I'm not the greatest cooking at it, so I don't trust myself anymore, because sometimes I'll either under it, over it. One time I bought ribeyes. I buy them on clearance whenever I see them and freeze them, and then I'll cut one in half and cook it for myself. And one time, the two I made that week off the same one for some reason came out so tender, and I just don't remember how the fuck I cooked it, because the next time it came out hard, and I'm like, God.
Your best bet on what you can actually do to get ribeye steaks inexpensively is keep an eye out periodically. At least around here, the stores will put on special a rib roast. And so those rib roasts are essentially they're ribeye steaks that just if you cut it down, break it down, it becomes ribeye steaks. And so you sometimes they'll put those on sale for like $5 a pound or $6 a pound or something. And you can pick one up, then you can break it down into multiple ribeye steaks if you have the right knives and stuff.
There's plenty of places in Salt Lake to drive where I can spend a lot of money on food, which is the bad part of it.
Sure. That's easy. It's easy to spend lots of money on food. That's easy.
But I suck. I'm just always afraid when I buy it, I'm not going to make it. So I'm afraid now to do it. So that's,
then stick to what you do.
Yeah.
There's a halal market here that I need to go check out. I've never really been to one, and it's brand new, so I kind of want to go there and try some meats and stuff. So
the meats are just meats. I mean, it's just they blessed it differently before they killed it. No big deal. The cow is still a cow.
I'm also guessing the price point will be a little bit lower because
sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's the same.
Either way, I want to go exploring.
It used to be there was a restaurant depot near here for a while where I used to be able to get halal briskets. They would be cheaper. They were like $2.99 a pound at the restaurant depot. Of course, you had to have a fucking membership to get in. And I had a buddy of mine who let me in. And those were great when I was cooking for the Scouts, because the Scouts, we did have a large Muslim population here, that it would allow me I could pick up like 4 or 5 briskets and then smoke them, and then could serve a huge bash of people for next to nothing.
Yeah.
There's in St. George, across from the Costco, they opened up a restaurant outlet. I don't know why. They're competing straight with Costco, but you don't have to have a membership to get in. And some of the stuff's pretty good, but their prices still, a lot of it's like the desserts you see in restaurants, they just sell them frozen, things like, you're like, still, it's about the same as Costco, but no, you don't.
I mean, there's different stuff. Some of them are membership places, or some of them aren't. And then there's, it's just the same thing. Like, Costco requires a membership, so it's like you don't have that. And then also the other nice things, like there's always different applications for stuff you need different quantities. When I would do large cooking for the Scouts all the time, I would have to go when I went shopping for a camp out where we would have 70, 80 people, and I'm cooking the meals. I'd have to go to like 3 different stores sometimes. I'd get Costco to get the items I needed in really big bulk. And then I'd have to go to, Smart and Final to pick up the stuff that, or Walmart, where I could get some stuff still inexpensively that I could get in some bigger quantities, but not ridiculous quantities. And then then I'd have to stop at the regular grocery store for the last few items where I just needed, a small amount, because it didn't make, why would I buy dairy creamer for 3,000 servings, that I'm going to throw away 90%.
That's the problem with like Costco. If you're just like a single person, or even like or 1 or 2 people,
we're going to buy
shit.
Trash bags and paper towels when we go to Costco in a few weeks. That's my plan, is going by that. There's the only things I need. You don't have Trader Joe's up by, do you, Taylor?
Yeah, we do. No, I mean not within 2 hours. I mean, but I'm familiar with them.
Paper towels and that type of stuff. You know what? To be honest, I actually get that shit on subscription from Amazon now because it's cheaper for me to have them deliver it to my door than it is for me to go pick it up.
I just figured if we're going to Costco anyway, and my wife likes going to Costco, so we take a trip down, see the grandkids, stop by Costco. I'll take a, up to the apartment. I'll take a big thing of trash bags and leave the other one there, and then she's got plenty.
And then we went to the hardware store. And then
exactly. This is the other old man topic, is where we went shopping.
Hey, Lisa, we're not talking about my stint, are we? At least
no, we'll take it.
Stone. We have not gone to the stint or kidney stone.
No.
When you guys go to Costco, do you get
$1.50? We already see your pharmacy there on the table. So
yeah. Oh, it's really funny. That's only like 4 different four medications and a allergy pill. That's just how many times I forget to take my medication, so they just keep on refilling it. So it starts bubbling up. A lot of these are empty, and they for one they give you 3 of the same for one sitting. They give you for 90 days. They give you 3 bottles. It can all fit into 1 bottle. So yeah, it looks like a fucking pharmacy. None of this is for my operation. That's just
day-to-day life.
Yeah. What?
That's all right. You don't need to go through them. It's good.
Yeah.
Nobody watching cares.
I know, but it's still fun to do. Yeah, nothing new. Like comic book wise, I run out of shows to watch. I mean, is that bad?
Yeah, there's always
you ran out of what? Comic book shows to watch, or you just forgot what about TV? You ran out of TV.
General, I was trying to find. I wanted to get into Andor and couldn't really catch it. I think I just kind of.
Were you trying to watch the first season?
I keep on getting stuck watching the first 2 or 3 episodes. I fell asleep during them.
So I get it. So do this. Do yourself a favor. Just watch. There's a like a 15-minute long season 1 recap.
Where's that?
On Disney Plus.
Okay, good.
Just watch that recap for season 1 and then get into season 2.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna miss some nuance that way with some of the characters, but
but the ultimate deal is, look, season 1 has said no, it didn't suck. It's very good, but I will 100% agree. The pacing, especially the first,
very slow burn.
Yeah, it's slow and everything else. So I get it.
I heard a good season 2 one, but we're never going to see a season 3.
2 is very different. Season 2, every 3 episodes is a story arc.
Oh, okay.
And so and represents 1 year in time. So you'll get 3 episodes. Boom. It has a start, middle, end. Then another start, middle, end. Yeah. And so it's like a series of little movies.
Is that 15-minute thing easy to find, or is it?
It should
searched beforehand, and so I'll have to look for it.
It should be. So I mean, just do that. Then you can always go back and watch season 1 in full detail if you're that interested in it. But I mean,
I really like season 1, but it's an acquired thing.
Yeah, it's just like for me, like I wanted to watch. When I sat down to watch Picard, I kept having problems with like the early season. People said, just skip it to watch this, and I did. And I was like, you know what, you're right. I didn't freaking need any of that other stuff. So, I mean, essentially, if you watched Rogue One, you have an idea. All it is. Andor, he was on a planet by himself. He had a bunch of fucking rebel shit. He fucking ends up in this little squad, and they pull essentially a really big payroll bank heist from the Empire. People, and he gets away, and then later on he ends up in prison.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It turns out
there's a lot of like political intrigue and that kind of setup, and like, I think it's a really well nuanced show and stuff, and it's atypical of Star Wars in that way, but it is like the season 1 that it's tough at times, like especially if you're tired. You have to get through the first 3 to really get going on it too.
Yeah. Well, even more, you gotta get past, I think, the whole bank heist before it really takes off, because that bank heist is the slog. After that, stuff in the prison is interesting, and the stuff that is happening, outside with whatever, I forget the guy's name already. Jesus, I'm drawing a blank.
I can't. Yeah,
the handler.
There's like
Lucian. Yeah. His stuff is really interesting.
Yeah,
as he's laying the groundwork for what's going on. But it also, I don't know if you've ever watched, Eddie, if you ever watched the Star Wars Rebels cartoon. Did you? No.
I haven't
Okay.
had a chance to. No.
Yeah. So the Star Wars Rebels cartoon, the first 3 seasons also kind of are happening in parallel with this, and they're running parallel, and they eventually connect in the third season, sort of, but essentially it's a lot of laying the groundwork of these individual rebel cells trying to build and Lucian trying to build up a unified rebellion. And anyways, it's a lot of little nuanced shit that is interesting if you're into that.
Yeah. But season 2 is much better than, I guess.
Season 2, it's like I said, it's again because each start, middle, end, and there's you really see the Empire as they're trying to. The whole premise with the Empire there is them trying to manipulate the dialogue and the story and spin stuff the way that they want to the people to get everybody behind that allow them to do some really dumb shit.
Exactly.
You know,
and sounds like what's happening now.
Which is, a lot of people say, but the reality of the situation is that first of all, this has been the plot of Star Wars for 30, 40, 50 years. So, and this stuff, this season of Andor was written, put on film, and began editing before the election.
Yeah, so it's very prescient. Like that's
so it's one of those things where it's like, if you see stuff that's going on in the world today in this, then that's on you. It's not the director's commentary. It's just you making connections. Yeah. Congratulations.
I like why
what I really like about the show is it's in the fringes, like, and it does like a good job of showing like common people get caught up in things.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we think the next release on Disney Plus is going to be good or bad?
I don't know what's coming. Ironheart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it's fair to Midland.
I'm hoping. Yeah. I'm hoping
it's probably mid, but I'm sure that because it's a female of color, the vast majority of the vocal people will tell us how bad it is.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. I don't give a fuck who's playing the character. It's giving me vibes of Iron Man, and I'm enjoying. That's why it's action. It's just like, I liked.
I'm not excited to see it though. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing about it that has excited me as of yet. But I don't know much about the character either.
The Red Hood. So, I'm not even sure who the Hood. I don't remember who the fuck the Hood is. That's terrible of me. But
well, I mean, you don't really need to. I think he's a B level or C or D level sort of bad guy. But
it's bad. The bad guys have been pretty pathetic in all these shows. I want a bad guy we can put our teeth into.
Well.
Sounds bad. We're not going to get it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm finally getting caught up on Doctor Who for this season. So
I need to. Well, no, I don't. Maybe I don't. I know what happens at the end of this season.
Right. Well, I got that spoiler, and I was like, "What?" So I need to go watch this now. So I've been binging it.
I only really watched the first 2 or 3 episodes with the new Doctor, and then I kind of lost interest. I was like, I don't know.
He's been far more interested in me than Jodie Whittaker's, and I don't think it had anything to do with Jodie Whittaker.
There was bad writing on that one.
Yeah, just like half of what's his name too, Capaldi.
Yeah,
half of Capaldi stuff.
Capaldi's where it started to really slip, and again, not just Capaldi, but
But this season though really challenge. I mean, I've watched some of the deep dive YouTube stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's going deep into the old lore.
Right.
The old.
Maybe I'll just skip season 1 and just start on season 2.
I think the season 1 is important. It ties into this. I mean,
all right.
So because
we'll see, I just struggled with it after I kind of pulled in.
Not quite as much as season 1 does, but it still does tie into this stuff.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I struggle getting into it. So,
well, I mean, I'll have way less to talk about TV and things to watch next year. They're canceling so many shows I watch on a weekly basis. I'm done.
Old Dominion is new again. I'm not sure. I don't know that reference, Brendan.
Yeah, sorry, Brendan. We lost on that one. I'm bad. I never watched Doctor Who.
What else have I got? I was watching The Gentleman on Netflix.
The gentleman.
I'm part way through that one.
Yeah, I didn't finish that either, but
it's like one of these things. It's like a Guy Ritchie thing, Eddie.
Yeah.
And it's like when I sit down to watch it, I mean, if I'm in the mood, it's interesting, but at the same time, it doesn't. I'm not hooked on it.
I've been watching Mobland.
One episode now, I couldn't handle it. I don't know what about it. I hate it.
The one I've got queued up that I want to go back to finish watching is is it Godfather of Harlem? I got through I got through the first season. I need to go back and finish the other seasons on it.
I'll probably start watching Tulsa King season 2 at some point.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Well,
that's good.
Is it better? Like season 1 was entertaining, but I wouldn't call it good.
Season 2, the first 3 episodes, you can't understand a fucking word he's saying. But he if he had a stroke or whatever, he no. By about the 3rd episode, you can finally understand him.
I think it's about the same level as the first.
Yeah, so I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm entertained as all hell by it, but I wouldn't call it quality. You know, I'd call it kind of just like
fair.
It's
weirdly machismo, like kind of.
Have you watched Reacher?
Reacher's
I say about the same. Reacher season 3, where like they have like 2 security cameras at the gate, and that's the The whole season's plot hinges on everyone being idiotic as all hell. Like
that one was this season was
also
rough,
wildly entertaining.
Right.
So
yes.
And how about
The Boys? Me.
What was the
Boys?
Landman?
Yeah, I like Landman, but it also that one just rides up like Billy Bob's carrying that show.
Yeah,
but he tends to like he was in like the one where he was a lawyer. I can't remember what
the judge.
I see little. I never watched the show, but I see clips come up on like
Goliath. It was a show called Goliath, and it wasn't great, but like he was awesome in it, and he was going up against William Hurt as like a big bad guy. So those two alone made it worth watching. But like the actual plot, the actual like what's going on, it's like, yeesh. And that's kind of Landman too. Like you get to watch the mom and the daughter walk around naked most of the time, and that's fun. So.
He was talking about 1923, and I did watch Yellowstone. I was bad, but then we watched the 1800 one, and that was kind of fun. But that's a 1 season and out. And my wife tried 1923 with whatever with Han Solo boy and everything. She said she got bored after 4 episodes and never went back to it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan.
I heard the other show that came out last year that was good with season 2 with like a female like special ops lady or something, but I haven't seen it.
What's her face? Yeah,
Tiger. The other Taylor Sheridan show, but I can't think what it's called.
Yeah, the second season. I watched about 3/4 of the first season when it first came out. I got bored and stopped, and then I heard the second season was so good, so I went back, finished. Second season, way better. It's kind of like you guys make it thinking with Andor. It was much more action, bunch of fucked up firefights and stuff, and I forgot the name. I thought it was tight. I don't know. I know that you're talking about, but yeah, I did catch up on it, and we'll see what happens in season 3. Ooh.
Lioness.
That was it. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty good. Though her is a badass, for a 5'1", 100-pound chick as a badass is kind of you're not Reacher.
The other show that was like I started watching and I haven't gotten back to it, but in the back of my mind I'm like, oh, I keep seeing it in my Hulu stack to go back to.
Old Man.
No, it was Will Trent.
Oh, that's good. I like it.
It's kind of like I don't know if you've seen it, Taylor.
Eddie talked to me about it, but I haven't gotten into it.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Columbo and Monk.
He's definitely weird. The last season was pretty good, but I'm afraid we're getting rid of a character or two, which kind of pisses me off. I mean, it was the characters I'm actually enjoying all of a sudden, and they added other characters like I'm not going to get into it. It's a giveaway. But
I've only watched first season so far.
I started watching The Bondsman on Amazon Prime with Kevin Bacon, where he's a bondsman that's come like dies and comes back from hell, and he has to like send demons back to hell now.
Okay,
it's entertaining as hell. It's like it's a Blumhouse Productions like kind of horror thing. But they already announced they canceled it after season 1, so I'm not really invested.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to do that when you hear that when they do that. You're like, oh.
Yep. I mean, it was Kevin Baconing, and going up against the demon of the week, and it was really kind of entertaining.
It's like, I was just gonna get hopped on the Wheel of Time finally.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well,
make sure my wife doesn't throw a shoe at me for bringing that up.
The first season, the first Suits, the first series, I loved. I knew once I heard they were doing series 2 in LA with no main characters, I knew it was not going to last. But by like the final episode, I wanted it to last because they introduced a few characters.
Nothing. You're good, dear. Love you.
They introduced some old characters from the other show into it a little bit, and they had a storyline going across. But in the end, the guy who played it is the guy who played the Arrow. I guess is that his name? He's such a deadpan, shitty actor. I couldn't handle him. He just had no charisma, no liking.
I watched the first 3 episodes of Duster.
I've not heard of that
it's,
one.
It's one of the guys from Lost. The guy with the sort of longer hair from Lost. Not the blonde guy from Lost.
I never watched Lost. Not my show.
Yeah, neither did I.
Well, anyways, it's set in the 70s. He's a sort of like works for a bad drug runner, and like the FBI trying to take him down. A rookie FBI agent gets to go undercover, and like it's okay.
Now, what's the one everyone wants to see a season 3 from, but it'll never happen on Netflix? It was the beginning of the BAU at the FBI. They did interviews.
Oh, Manhunter or whatever.
Manhunter, yeah. Which one?
Or with the serial killers.
Yes, they did the interview with the guy up in Northern California. The actor looks exactly like him, and they did. That was good. But I guess season 2 is not as good as season 1, and they never.
Mindhunter.
Yep, that was good.
Brendan, that would be something cool. I mean, I know that I'm excited that this Sunday I'm going to go see the release.
They're re-releasing it.
So I got tickets for Sunday evening. My wife and I are going to go see it together.
Nice.
So, anyways, I got to run. The chickens are now at temperature, so I got to take them off the smoker. So have a good evening, guys.
Did you see The Accountant 2 yet?
I don't care. I didn't like The Accountant 1.
One, I had to rewatch 1 before I went and saw 2, and 2 is extremely good. I mean, I don't like Ben Affleck, but my God, it was fun to watch. Bernthal was definitely better in the second one. He only, he was partially in the first, but second one, watching his character do the things he does, you want to see 3. Like, he almost has a girlfriend in this one at one point, and
nice.
It was just interesting. The girl from Pitch Perfect plays a part in this one, even though it's not an ongoing character that would ever show up, but she's in it for a little while, I think. But definitely better. See, we didn't talk about a bunch of medications, even though my stent is in pain. Your body's not supposed to have a piece of plastic in it, I guess, and my body doesn't like it because it's rejecting. When's
your surgery? Next week?
A week from Friday. So I'll be off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Because of the holiday, thank God, I only got to use 1 day of PTO of sick time.
Gotcha.
So I'll be good by Wednesday. The bleeding will stop by Sunday or Monday, and the burning will stop by Monday.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a feeling of perpetually having to pee. You try to sleep when your body has that weird itching feeling like you got to go pee every 5 minutes.
No thanks.
Yeah, the first count was great. The second one I really loved. The camper at the storage facility was good. He has the camper in the next movie, and it's just interesting. I liked it. I watched it went to go see a movie by myself because I got a $5 movie through T-Mobile. They offer different things every Tuesday, and so I went to a really nice theater in Salt Lake City called The District and ate Korean food by myself and all this shit, but. Hey, you guys, if you have an H Mart near you, look for it. Just try it. Like he says, it's just. I don't know if you don't like noodles and you don't like, if you like.
There's no H Mart anywhere near here.
Okay, I don't know how far they went. I just know the first one opened up here a few years ago, and it's not very popular, I guess. But I go, and the one down in Vegas has like a 2-3 hour line to get into it. It's really kind of fun.
Nice.
But I know you look like you're ready to get out of here. We're a little late.
I'm ready for bed. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch that 15 minutes of Andor and watch 1 episode.
There you go.
I'm gonna finish up this mission in my game. So you guys have fun.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching.
Brendan, thanks for hanging out with us. Nobody else really said much.
Good seeing everybody.
Next Tuesday, we are good until you're not good because I'll be Yeah,
All right.
it's gonna matter. So
Let's
see you next week. Have fun.
All right. See ya.
Good night.
Oh, tomorrow.